yeah, NFL, and we'll just go into the NFL. It's not even the beginning of free agency, but there's a lot of moves happening. And we'll go over quite a few of the big ones and anything else we might miss. But the big one, I think first for me, Max Crosby going to the Ravens, happening this past weekend. Two first round picks, one this year, one next year. How I, as a Raven fan, feel about this trade, I like it. I wish we could have exchanged, or no, I think not keeping Lamar. I know I talked about it here. I was gonna say Lamar plus Max Crosby for their first round. I like this a lot better because we have Lamar, who's already an established quarterback that we know what he could do with this team, and that defense just makes us one of the scarier defenses in the league. Max Crosby is getting up there in age, but he's still so dominant. And I think we're in that win now mode for the next 2 years before Lamar's wheels fall off, before Derrick Henry also his wheels fall off. So my big move, and I like the move.
Yeah, yeah. I think it works out well for both teams. I think that the Ravens are adding a tremendous talent, and I think that you guys are getting him. Yeah, still, I feel like he's still in the window
Hmm.
of his success, his peak years. I think that you guys are at least going to get 2 or 3 great years out of him. But the Raiders also capitalizing on getting, multiple first
Hmm.
round picks, two first round
Hmm.
picks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, it's a good deal. But if you compare the price tag of what it took you guys to get Max Crosby, it's equal to what we paid for Trey Lance. So if that makes you feel better, it certainly should because adding, the talent that is Max Crosby is amazing.
Hmm.
So that defense will hopefully be a lot better even because the talent is there and
Hmm.
it's been there. I know that that's been kind of a frustrating thing for you, John,
Yeah.
where it's like it's tough for them to get in a mode. I know the first what was it, the start of the season was a little rough, and then they
Yeah.
got into a groove, and then it was the offense that was kind of letting off the gas.
Yeah.
So um if both sides get clicking,
Hmm.
Ravens remain to be, a great looking team.
Hmm.
So, yeah, great addition for Max Crosby. In other news, Isaiah Likely going on to the Giants, going back with Harbaugh again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys just re-signed Andrews, right?
Hmm.
For a few more years.
Yeah.
All right, how do you feel about that?
I feel okay. I like Likely a lot, but I knew when we lost Harbaugh, we were going to lose a few players because there's people that committed to Harbaugh. Um, good, good for the Giants. I think we'll get through it. I think we've always had great drafting, ability for tight ends in the
Hmm.
draft because, like I said, all of our tight ends have been drafted by us. So I don't mind it. Like I said, big move. Happy for him. Harbaugh got the guy he trusts. Um, but the one player we did lose that I was a little frustrated about, Tyler Linderbaum, center, went to
Yep.
the Raiders. I'm surprised he went to the Raiders. I thought he was going to go to the Giants with Harbaugh, but what the Raiders paid, I think you can't say no. Made him one of the
No.
top paying offensive linemen in the league, and we've talked about it. Raiders need offensive help, and this is a great way of them starting to protect, Fernando Mendoza from what it looks like it's going to be at the draft, and giving just more to Genti.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You think back to Genti, how important that's going to be for him. I'm sure he's thrilled, but like you mentioned, Mendoza. I think that we are nearing an absolute lock for the Raiders to take Mendoza at this point. I
Hmm.
know there's rumors that we talked about last week. I think those rumors are kind of put to bed based off of all of these moves that they're making.
Hmm.
I mean, really, to touch on the Raiders, they are doing a really good job, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's shocking to say that, but the addition of Nakobe Dean was
Hmm.
awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Um, they locked him in today. You mentioned Linderbaum paying him the big bucks. Didn't they get a solid player in the secondary from the Bills, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken? They re-signed a guy in their secondary as well. Bolton, I believe is
Both.
his last
Yeah.
name. Um, then I think they're bringing a couple other players back. Like they've really done a good job. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if this is John Spytek kind of getting like his his feet wet finally and
Yeah.
kind of just going at it. I don't know if this is Clint Kubiak being like, we got to make some fucking moves right
Yeah.
away and like let's be relevant. But regardless, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I think that the Raiders, these are the moves that they need to make. Like they've done
Yeah.
an awesome job.
Yeah. They picked up Quay Walker too, linebacker.
Another great ad
Uh,
from the Packers. Yep.
yeah. It was Eric Stokes who they re-signed, but they acquired
Yep.
Teron Johnson.
That's who I was thinking. Teron
Yeah.
Johnson from the Bills, right?
Yeah. And
He's a
then
good
they
player.
signed Matt Gay, kicker. So they replaced Daniel Carlson. So
Mm.
even
Yep.
showing up there. I think they signed a wide receiver too. I know the wide receiver room there has to improve.
It
Jalen
does.
Naylor. So they picked him up from the Vikings, which I think could be
Yeah.
a solid pickup with Trey Tucker already there, Brock Bowers. Um, like I said, and whoever they might pick up that during the draft with their two first round picks, and who knows if they're gonna try to acquire more. Because like I say, it's a pretty stacked draft.
Yeah. I was looking at that Naylor edition as well.
Hmm.
I think he got like what, 3 years, 34. Is that the
Yeah,
going rate for a player of Naylor's caliber? That seemed a little bit high to me.
I think it
Not to
is.
discount Naylor too much,
Yeah,
but man,
yeah,
price tag's gone up on wide receivers, huh?
yeah. It has, and I think they're seeing that you need it because, like I say, if the Bills had better wide receivers, could they have made a better move given Josh Allen more? Possibly,
Hmm.
and it's like, you're not always going to get a Jamar Chase, you know, type of player, so you got to get someone that's consistent. Um, let's talk about wide receivers. Alec Pierce, big
Yeah.
payday for this guy. I didn't think he was going to get this big, but 4 year, 116 million. I think he's like in the top five or like really in that top end of wide receivers getting paid.
So I missed this. Did he resign with the Colts?
Yes.
Wow. People were worried about that, like that he
Yeah.
was going to leave. Um, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted what, 30 a year, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there. He's right there.
Yeah.
Man, he had a great year, you know,
Gr-
almost eclipsing what, 1,000 yards off of barely like 48 catches, I think it
Yeah.
was. Phenomenal year, but man, he capitalized off of that
He,
year.
he he capitalized off of that one big year. I think the Colts franchise tagged Danny Dimes.
Yeah. Did you hear the rumors on him? He wanted 50 mil a year
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, he
but they
wanted
were,
50 mil.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they were gonna, did they offer him the Sam Darnold
Hmm.
contract?
Yep.
What are you doing?
It
It's great
doesn't make
money.
any sense. Doesn't make any
Dude,
sense.
take it.
This guy, I think he was trying to do what Alex Pierce did, but Alex Pierce did not get injured the way he did, and he got injured to a point where he lost it for the team. So it's like you can't be asking for that big money just because of your few games. When honestly, your supporting cast, that defense took him a long way. Running back, like I said, great player. Right? We'll see what he does this year, but yeah, Alex Pierce got a big payday, 160 million. I don't know how he got that. But like I say, it showed that they didn't trust Pittman because Pittman was traded to the Steelers.
Wow. Man,
Yeah.
see all these small deals, Sean, I'm missing out on because I'm so
Yeah.
focused on the big ones. See, this is why the NFL rules, dude. This is why it's so fucking good compared to other sports because nowhere are we this hyped for free agency.
Yeah.
NBA, we do get hyped for like deadline, but it's always a dud. Like I feel like
Mhm.
it's been a dud the last few years. But man, like just all these anybody seems relevant right now. But Michael Pittman to the Steelers is honestly a good deal.
It is.
He's a great wide receiver. I think that it's a much needed wide receiver because DK certainly we has proven
Hmm.
he's not number one.
Yeah.
Honestly, Give me Pittman number one there at this point. I think TK is a good second fiddle, like he was
Yeah.
to Jackson Smith and Higba in Seattle.
Yeah.
Um, see what they do, what quarterback wise, right?
Hmm.
That's kind of a question mark. Is Rogers, ayahuasca trip? He's going to go into darkness, I'm sure, for a bit and kind of make a decision. We haven't heard much there, but if we want to stick to quarterbacks, Tua's gone. Quickly re-signed with the Atlanta Falcons. So two lefties on their roster. They're only missing Dylan Gabriel.
Only
Just
the
sign him. Just go get
just they probably will get him.
him. They should. They
They
should.
have to. But does for me it doesn't make sense. What two or it this signing shows that the Falcons don't trust Penix. Because like I say, why
Hmm.
bring in Tua when Tua is already not an established QB and the way he's been playing, you're risking a lot on these concussions, and Penix is coming back from a nasty injury as well. So it's like two injury prone quarterbacks. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think his name was Terry Fontenot, right? He was the
Yeah.
previous GM with the Falcons. He's really just like laid up the Falcons franchise just to be spiked on the next few years because it was so bizarre. You signed Kirk Cousins to $250 million.
Yeah.
Then you go and draft Michael Penix, who's went into the draft old. He's old for any player getting drafted. I think he's like what 24 at the time. He's a lefty quarterback. Had a
Hmm.
great, last year in college, but had already torn an ACL, had decimating injuries going into it as well. Didn't play much, kind of saw the last, bit of that rookie year getting a chance. And then, last year just really did not play well at all.
Yeah.
And now you bring in a player who's literally identical to that. Great historic, college career who, had his moments pro
Yeah.
wise. But yeah, I don't think there's any comeback really for Tua at this point. And I hate to
No.
say it, I think it's health wise. It's a bummer. I honestly earn his paydays as a backup at this point. I
Hmm.
think that's kind of a smart move to make. But I agree with you. I don't know what they're doing. I
Hmm.
really don't. And that's why I think I'm joking. Go sign Dylan Gabriel at this point. Just get all the lefty because that's kind of honestly where they're at. And it's a bummer for players like Bijan or Drake London
Hmm.
that kind of have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Isn't Kyle Pitts still floating out there, or did he get tagged? I forget what happened
Yeah.
with him.
He's back with Atlanta.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
So, that again, at least he probably got paid or tagged, whatever it is, and
Hmm.
see what they do. But I will say the Dolphins are in a lot better position with the signing of Malik Willis. I do
Hmm.
like that. Um, that was a good move. And
Yeah.
then who else? Jets doing a whole lot of nothing, right? I guess they
Yeah.
got Fitzpatrick. Minka Fitzpatrick, I think, went there if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. The
But
trade.
tail end of his career.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Malik Willis, a Dolphin. I think everybody really predicted him going there. Um, I think it's a good place, and I think this is a player that will make a difference there, especially with Jalen Waddle, because that guy's still a speedster and younger. So
mhm,
I know Tyreek Hill was released, but I think there's still a lot of moves that they're going to be making.
for sure. Yeah, no, I completely agree. They can make that a really good offense. Defense, obviously, they probably have to make some moves on. It's
Hmm.
going to be a few years in the workings, as Miami Dolphins all know too well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, maybe they're in the right steps, kind of cleaning houses off season
Hmm.
and going a different direction.
Yeah.
I am interested to see what Kyler Murray does and see where he ends up.
Hmm.
I know somebody asked AI where he does end up, and evidently it linked him to the Minnesota Vikings, which I could see happen
Yeah.
because kind of like us, we've been preaching for a long ass time. I think it's time to jump off the JJ McCarthy bandwagon.
Yeah, no, I think it's time. I think it's a good place for him to maybe make that comeback because they've had success in Minnesota being able to revamp quarterback's career. So we'll see if the coach could do it with Kyler Murray because
Hmm.
he always had a promising career just from the get-go. Hopefully the reception up there for online gaming is a little worse, so he isn't playing video games all day every day. Um, but you know,
Yeah.
it could be a good place. I could see him being a backup somewhere else as well. Um, I was thinking the Rams, getting ready maybe for Darnold or not Darnold,
Hmm.
Stafford, retiring possibly after this year because he is getting a year or two away. And, that'd be a good system for him, I think, for Murray to be a Ram. But yeah, we'll see what
Yeah.
he does.
Lauren.
Yeah, learn from a great, have a great coach, great system, like I say. So there's a lot there. Um, Other moves, DJ Moore to the Bills. That's a big move. Bills
Hmm.
getting some wideout support. Um, DJ Moore, not the same DJ Moore, but still had a lot of great catches for the Bears this year. So I think he could make a big difference for Josh Allen.
Yeah, I think that was a really necessary move for the Bears with the price tag of DJ Moore. And I don't think I'm not a Bears fan. I do enjoy watching the Bears. I think
Mhm.
it's fun football and what they've developed there. But at that last play, not hustling, I think is such a sore eye, for fans, for a lot of
Mhm.
people that, were watching that game. I think it was good that they moved off, especially with how good Luther Burden got at the end of the
Mhm.
year. And, Rome Odunze, got off to a hot start. And then what they're building with Colson Loveland at the
Mhm.
tight end spot, he's very well going to be a top three tight end in this league in a very short time. Um, so yeah, there's a lot to capitalize on there for the
Mhm.
Bears. It's good for the Bills. I think Josh Allen absolutely needs
Mhm.
more targets to throw to. That was their biggest downfall in a year
Yeah.
that they should have won. Um, in other wide receiver news, my 49ers
Mhm.
signing or going to sign Mike Evans, which I absolutely love. I was talking, I went over to Chris's house yesterday. Evan was there as well, all of us Niners fans. I was talking about how I really want us to sign a guy like Mike Evans. We desperately need wide receivers right now, and I don't want to rely on the draft because I'd rather us go get, bolster
Mhm.
our O line in the draft or, you know, maybe
Mhm.
take a later round wide receiver that, will work his way up. But I think with the free agency that, was available for wide receivers, Mike Evans kind of headlining that,
Yeah.
go get him. So thrilled we did it. Thrilled we did it for 3 years. Big target. He's the guy that I'm really happy that we got.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's a good one. You guys needed that wide receiver support for Brock Purdy. Jawan Jennings hasn't signed. Could possibly still be a re-sign, and Jawan Jennings, Mike Evans, Pearsall, then your tight ends.
Mhm.
You guys have a solid squad. Just shore up that O line, protect Purdy, protect CMC, and it's another year of a scary 49ers team, but just be careful with, the power plant you guys have there with Mike Evans. He's already coming back from an injury. It's
Yep.
probably not fully healed, but don't let that power plant affect them.
Yeah, hopefully not. Sticking with Niners football, I would love for us to add a another running back to the mix. Brian Robinson, I think, is going to head out. It would be really good to. I know Kamara might be available. I know he's an aged veteran, but
Mhm.
might be kind of a decent second option there with
Yeah.
CMC. Travis Etienne is available. I think that the way the Niners could use him could be
Uh,
a lot better as well. Or did he
at
get signed?
New Orleans Saints.
Oh, did he finally go there? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it. Never mind. Scratch that. So then, yeah, Kamara might be available.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hate it. I know he's kind of injury prone, but just a big name that,
Hmm.
we might be able to get in the mix, or we just look towards the draft. Rico Dowdle, I see went to the Steelers.
Hmm.
Dobbins back to the Broncos. So it kind of, takes those players out of the mix. I don't know if have the Bears made a move on Swift or is he locked in for another year already?
I don't know if the Bears have done anything on Swift yet. I
Okay.
haven't seen anything on that, but one of the big wide receiver or running back news, Kenneth Walker, a Chief.
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
a big one. I think they fully recognize that. I think based off like the draft order and what Tennessee has done, because Tennessee has been loading their team up, they're gonna pick Jeremiah Love. I think they're going that route.
Mhm.
So KC had to do something. Kenneth Walker, great playoffs, underwhelming regular season. We'll see if he's the guy. We'll see if that system is meant for him. Um,
Mhm.
he's getting paid because I think of what he did in the Super Bowl. But, Charbonnet, I think, was emerging as the go-to guy. He had a bad injury, so I'm curious what Seattle's going to do this year.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think I hate to say it. Well, I kind of enjoy to say it, actually. I think the Chiefs are in for a world of hurt. I hate to uh I say that more against the franchise, but I just where their cap is at, I think that the reality is hitting them that I think that these deals that they're making are good. Um, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
And Kenneth Walker is way up here right now. Super Bowl
Hmm.
MVP, played really, really good throughout the playoffs. But let's not forget the Kenneth Walker that we've seen the last couple years, often injury
Hmm.
prone, getting, kind of outbeaten for the spot leading up to the injury of Charbonnet. Charbonnet had more
Hmm.
rushing touchdowns this year, played a lot better. And then, Kenneth Walker took over. Um, and I think that's why Seattle's willing to let him go. If we can
Hmm.
really look at
Yeah.
it, there's a reason they let him walk.
Hmm.
So, all of that makes sense. And yeah, the trade to the Rams with the guy in the secondary, McDuffie.
McDuffie, yeah.
That's yeah, they added some draft picks with that, but McDuffie is so good,
Mhm.
and that's a big hurt for their
Yeah.
defense. And then Travis Kelce, rumors that they're not even going to be able to afford him. So I doubt. I don't know. I don't know if you've read into it, John, but there is some rumors that Travis Kelce very well may end up on another team.
So he resigned, I think, 10 mil.
Did he?
Yeah,
Well,
I
I take
think
that back. I read an
I
article
think
yesterday. I might
I
have
think
mocked.
it just happened today, a few hours ago.
Okay, then I
Um,
missed that. Okay.
but it's just a one year contract. I think it was like 10 mil,
Okay.
12 mil guaranteed cash with up to 15
Hmm.
with bonuses. So
So we
I
got more than the rumors.
more than the rumors, like I say, I think what the Chiefs are doing, they're gonna bank a lot on this year. They're gonna, Kenneth Walker's here. They're gonna. I just saw an article saying Patrick Mahomes seems like he might be ready week one without, setbacks. I think that's really early based off when he did get hurt, but you know, if he's gonna risk it, hopefully he doesn't get hurt. And I think they're gonna go wide receiver again in this draft because they've struggled having solid wide receivers.
Mhm.
Because their wide receiver core, people say it's probably one of the best. They're quick, but they just suck. I'm sorry. They're fast, hell yeah, but they're just not the greatest wide receivers out there.
Yeah, get in trouble with the law. They do a good job at
Yeah.
that. But yeah, speedsters, they've kind of been known for that. Speaking of speedsters, they re-signed Tyquan Thornton for a couple more years, I believe. So he had a good year for them, filling in for, Rashi Rice's suspension and then his injury towards the end of the year. And kind of a down season for Worthy. I don't know what to really make of him, honestly. Um, yeah, so we'll see. I honestly, I think that there's with how much the Raiders have stacked up. Honestly, give me the Raiders over the Chiefs in coming to this year.
Yeah.
That's a rough division.
Hmm.
Um, Elsewhere. defenses only get better, I guess, when it comes to the Texans. Reed
Mhm.
Blankenship,
Yeah.
3-year deal, 24.75 mil. That was a really good ad for them.
Hmm.
I can't believe how good they are on the defensive end. Let's see if CJ Stroud can do a bit better. Certainly they need to be focused on the O-line for the draft. And, maybe things could be a lot better. They did end up releasing Mixon, right? I think he's out.
Mm,
I don't know what Mixon's
maybe.
status is. Um, but I don't kind of like Tyreek Hill. I don't see any team signing right now, either of
Yeah.
those guys.
No, I think they may be signed at veteran minimums, if that, to do a prove it year. Because I think that's what Tua got signed with in Atlanta. It
Hmm.
was the veteran minimum, and it's almost like that 1 year prove it type of deal. So I think that's what they'll be signed at. What Mixon is, and I think the one position that's a lot harder to come back from is running back. It's not as many opportunities, so he's going to be a backup or even a third string somewhere. So
Yep.
we'll have to see what they do. Tyreek Hill, I think will get a chance, but I like going to KC is probably a perfect fit because it's just trouble. All the wide receivers are getting in trouble just so Tyreek Hill gets in trouble. So
Mhm.
could be a match made in heaven, but we'll see what they decide to do. I think that they need to stay away from drama. So I think they're gonna pass on him and they're gonna go into the draft. And I saw a mock draft. They're gonna go as after like a lot of these moves, Malachi Lemon from USC, which more trouble from just his interviews.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly saw, I know we had the take last week with him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I saw a lot more news regarding him. I think that he just comes off kind of strange, and I hope that his talents on the field kind of pay off in a
Yeah,
different sense than, the way he was acting during the interview. If that's truly who he is, then cool, but just a little different. But hey, you want some difference on the field, I guess. So,
yeah,
we'll see what happens with him there. I don't know if you saw this too. I kind of briefly going back to the Niners, and I actually ended up Banter on the Rocks account. I commented on this article as well, and I'll bring that up in a second. But there was I think it was USA Today reporter that he said that the Niners would be willing to part ways with Fred Warner if it meant getting Dre Greenlaw back.
I saw that.
And that is the biggest amount of fucking rage bait. I think if that happened, I would I would declare my fandom over for the
For real?
Niners. I don't think I could do it anymore. If the Niners traded him just to get some picks and Dre Greenlaw back, who can hardly stay on the field right now, dude, like give me a Fred Warner that can hardly stay on the field than a Dre
Mhm.
Greenlaw that can hardly stay on the field. Like there is a difference. Greenlaw, don't get me wrong, phenomenal
Yeah.
player, but no. Um, but I do see that the Broncos did release him today, so maybe we
Yeah.
will reunite with him.
Yeah.
Uh, but you never know. But I thought that was crazy, and then I ended up commenting on that article saying, if y'all want some more hot takes, just hit us up because we got
Yeah.
plenty. If it's that easy, if it's that easy, at least the
It
takes we have are
somewhat
they've
realistic
come to
and
fruition.
somewhat
Yeah,
come true. Like I say, the my little
yeah,
Ravens take. I thought I was going to lose
yep,
Lamar, but got Fernando. But I called him Max Crosby. I felt like
yeah,
he was meant to be a Raven.
yep.
Another one I saw that I was going to bring up to you. People are calling the 49ers, it seems like, for Fred Warner. Rumor has it Giants have been reaching out about acquiring Warner in a trade.
Hmm. Okay. If they want to do business, give me
What do they got to give you?
this is Tim's book of what we'd need. Give me Abdul Carter. Give me Thibodeau, and then give me Scattaboo, and then two picks, two first round picks. And then I'd do it for just Fred.
That's
Or if
all.
they want to take Ayuk as part of it too, and then just give us neighbors as well. Yeah, steep. It's a steep cost. Steep
I
fucking
think it would
cost.
have to be a steep cost.
Give me
And
Abdul
yeah,
Carter though. He has to be
yeah,
part of the deal.
yeah,
I think Abdul Carter is criminally underused with the
yeah,
Giants that first year. And I do think John Harbaugh will make a difference with that.
yeah,
But the dude's outstanding. He's
yeah,
going to be really good.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's going to be a stud in the future with this new coach. I would say Abdul Carter. I would say Scatabo, but I don't think they'd include Scatabo. And then I think it's probably multiple first round picks. You get this year's first round.
Mhm.
Do they only have one or do they have two picks this year? I think they
Ooh,
might. I know they got a top
might have
pick.
two.
They might have two with some of their trades, but I think that's what it would take. And then like next year's first round, and then probably the year after that first round. And I know Warner's coming back from an injury, but this guy is a beast. You get a player like this, he changes the dynamic of a defense.
Yeah, so my thing with Fred is obviously he's an absolute freak, like
Hmm.
athletically, physically. But the big thing for him is that it's like his knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
He's kind of Luke Kuechly reminiscent.
Hmm.
And he knows a play before it happens. He knows exactly where to be on the field. He can
Yeah.
command the defense. Like the difference maker that he is second to none right
Yeah.
now. I think he's the best linebacker in the league. I see these rumors that you're talking about, and the New York Giants do have heavy interest in the superstar running linebacker. Are they hanging these calls up, being like, not interested, fuck you?
Who
And
knows?
honestly, Fred Warner does not want to go play at MetLife. That field, that's, accosted the Niners franchise
Yeah.
several ACLs. No way.
Yeah.
Bosa being one of them. Uh yeah, there's no way they could do this. Receiving calls is one thing, entertaining it would be another. I don't see it. But if we do, Abdul Carter's got to be the baseline. Like that's the
Yeah.
start of things. And then if you can somehow include Thibodeau into that, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Neighbors, we need a wide receiver. If you could get
Yeah.
all three of those guys, or even just Carter and Neighbors plus picks,
Yeah. Because
even though
it,
go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say because they only got one first round pick, the number five pick. Then they got the number two at 37,
Mm.
a 4, 5, 6, 6. So it would have to be like that first round pick, Abdul Carter, 2027 first rounder, and possibly 2028. And like I say, if you do that, the one thing I sort of see here, someone projected around the fifth round pick or the fifth pick in the first round, Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. So
Mm.
imagine Styles, Abdul Carter, young defensive core, and you still get a first round pick next year and the year after that. You'll have two first rounders.
If you put it like that, it's not bad.
Like I said,
But I don't know. Fred's a guarantee. You know what
yeah,
you're getting out of Fred.
yeah. That's the one thing.
But
It's gambling. It's taking that risk of Abdul Carter, a young lineman that it's something you guys would be very with him, Bosa coming back, and say you sign the other Bosa at the other edge,
hmm a lot of rumors
and
with that.
then Sonny Styles getting a young linebacker who looks like could be a star and just someone, football IQ, I don't know what his is compared to Fred Warner, but someone that could develop into that could be a big, big move.
It's a big deal.
Uh,
I don't know. You put it like that. I mean, Yeah. And then if Kenyon Sadiq falls,
Mhm.
I'd sign him.
Imagine.
Man, I'd feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, I will say having a Niners jersey with Styles on the back, like I said, it's a great fucking football name. That's just a great name in general. Sunny Styles, just Styles, like I don't know.
uh,
Um, I don't know, dude. That's tough. Fred it would be such a tough deal to give up.
yeah.
Like I said, baseline would have to be Abdul Carter plus that number five pick.
Hmm. Yeah, it has to be. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. Another rumor for your team. I'm hearing people your team should sign Bryce Lance, Trey Lance's brother. Give him the number 5. Then your
Ah,
jersey's relevant again.
honestly, I'm kind of down. He's a wide receiver, or is he a
Wide
quarterback?
wide receiver.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
kind of down.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign him up. Let's get him.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, like you said, the take the dust off. It's still in the closet. Shout out Trey Lance. You
Yeah.
know, it's I
Yeah.
I need a t-shirt that says shout out Trey. Shout out Trey
Yeah.
Lance. Because every time we reference him, I always say that.
Uh,
Yeah, kind of down. Honestly,
yeah.
we need a wide receiver. His brother's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he
So
North Dakota product as well?
North Dakota State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a rumor
Kind
I
of
heard. And then
pretty
I think the
cool.
last thing I sort of want to touch on with your team, Ayuk. A lot of the rumors, I've read a lot of the articles.
Hmm.
This guy may not play football again from the sounds of it, based off just his rehab assignment, not even doing anything. Um, crazy, crazy to hear.
Yes, absolutely. And from recent memory, I don't really remember a story like this. I think that, you hear players who have decimating injuries, like Alex Smith, for example.
Mhm.
He still ended up coming back by some miracle. But
Yeah,
you look, I saw somebody, I feel like every once in a while I'll see like an image of his leg and what it looks like now.
looks
And
like
it's still
chopped
just,
meat.
oh man, it's brutal. You feel for the guy. It's lucky
uh,
that he still has his leg. But for kind of, yeah, it was a bad tear, and I think he tore multiple ligaments in his knee. But the fact that he did not only wasn't taking the team serious, but to not take his own health seriously, and now he can't even rehab himself to a point that he can get in football shape ever again.
hmm
I've read these same articles, and I'm not sadly I'm not surprised. Like his mentality, I think there's a whole lot more going on with
hmm
Brandon Ayuk that isn't seen in the forefront. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. I think that even one of the popular streamers tried hitting him up and
Oh
asking him to
yeah,
join the
it
stream,
was
and
it was neon.
Neon, and he wanted 100K, and Neon said no. like
Yeah,
like what?
yeah,
Which is crazy. Like clearly, like he lost the bag, so now he's trying to gain it back.
hmm
Yeah. No, and obviously there's not going to be any takers on that. I do feel like somehow, some way, he's going to end up being a commander. But sorry, commander fans, but he'll never get back to what he was. I don't see
No,
it.
and I'm just curious if his knee will ever be the same because, like I say, he's gonna go through medical testing, passing the medical exams, and he has to pass them. And from the sounds of it, his knee's never gonna be the same because he just didn't take that rehab right, and he won't be able to do what he was doing as a wide receiver. So it's sort of like his career might be over. And
Hmm.
anybody that signs him, you're probably signing him at that minimum to see if he can come back. But this guy, promising career, had a great future, great wide receiver, and threw it away over who knows why.
Yeah, it's crazy. He got what he wanted too. I can
Mhm.
never make sense of it.
Yeah.
I just don't think I ever will be able to. But we're in a better place with the Niners now.
Uh-huh.
And I strongly believe that, but I will be paying really close attention to these Fred Warner rumors.
Yeah.
But if there was a team I would do a deal with. I think the Giants got a lot to give up.
Yeah.
So, it could make sense. But I don't know. I lean
Uh,
towards keeping Fred, obviously. He's godly.
How about Tennessee?
Yeah,
Ti- Do they have,
Tennessee.
are they the four pick?
Give us Simmons, right? He's still there. But they get the number 4 pick at Jeremiah Love. Dude, can you imagine that combo? CMC Jeremiah
That
Love.
that's a scary combo.
And then resign Greenlaw
Yeah,
to fill in on the defense. Offense is a better defense standpoint. Sign Bosa.
yeah,
One thing I don't like is, we go big on what could be players,
yeah,
for example, Trey Lance. And then other people in our division go big on known players,
yeah,
McDuffie. And it's like, dude, why couldn't we go do that? Because we
yeah,
need secondary. We desperately could have needed a guy like
yeah,
McDuffie, knowing he's available like that.
yeah,
Um, and we couldn't do it. Rams had a
yeah,
little bit better first round pick, but
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Bummer.
yeah. Because even say you do the Giants, Caleb Downs, safety, he's a
Yeah,
stud.
he's very good. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm looking at the picks. Like I say, number one, Raiders could do a lot with Fred Warner, but you don't need a QB. You know,
No.
you have Purdy. Number two, what do you want from the Jets? Uh, Garrett
Nothing.
Wilson, maybe wide receiver help, but I don't think it's
Injury
worth.
prone.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. You know, AZ, not much either. McBride, but
No.
you have so many tight ends.
Yep.
Like I said, Tennessee Simmons, you know, number four pick.
Yep.
Giants Abdul Carter, number five pick. Number six,
Miles Garrett.
Shadir Sanders.
Yeah, Shakir Sanders. Quite frankly, the Browns should consider Kyler Murray. I would not let Deshaun Watson touch the field. I wouldn't let him touch
No,
anything, quite frankly, but
I don't
especially
think
the
you
field.
will. Yeah,
But yeah, certainly not the field. I
yeah,
I I just I don't know what you do with Deshaun Watson. I think you
yeah,
just eat it, and it sucks for you for making such a stupid move.
yeah.
But yeah, I wonder Miles Garrett. But
I,
yeah, I mean, he's better than what Fred Warner is. I mean, he's like one of
yeah,
the two guys that would be better than him. So it just
yeah,
doesn't make sense.
yeah. And then after that, there isn't much more that's really worth giving up
No.
for a later round pick. So, yeah, I think the Giants would be the best pick.
Yeah. So right now, do I know the Chiefs are at 9. Do they
Mhm.
also have that number 13 pick now with the Rams?
No, I think they do actually. I
Because
think
of the
that's the pick they
McDuffie
got.
deal, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
yeah.
I wonder if they tried packaging something and trading up. Is it worth it?
but
After Kenneth Walker, I guess not.
no, because like I say, you got Kenneth Walker. You're gonna rely on him. You paid him a bag too. It's tough to have Jeremiah Love and just sit at the background when this could be Kelsey's, Mahomes, close to final seasons. I think
Yep.
if they package, they'd go up for like a New York, go for that linebacker downs. You know, they got rid of McDuffie, so they need someone in that secondary to
Hmm.
get back. But I think they're going to use, from the sounds of it, Lemon at 9. Hey,
Makes sense.
they may go tight end at 13.
Hmm.
Sadiq, get ready to take over Kelsey.
I'd instantly hate that guy. Instantly fucking hate that guy. It's I would come up with rage bait names for Sadiq and Sadiq if he joins the Chiefs.
What do you Looking at this, because Raiders get 14, Sadiq
Hmm.
drops to 14. Raiders make that pull? Bowers, Sadiq,
With yeah, Bauer
Naylor,
Sadiq combo,
Naylor,
especially
Tucker.
because they haven't really added that wide receiver threat, right?
Yeah,
So why not go tight end heavy? And then it
yeah.
would be good because then you could bolster a two
Hmm.
tight end set to help Ashton Jeanty even
Hmm.
more.
Yeah, because they also have, don't they have like Myers or someone also on the roster?
Yeah, I think he's still there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And he's a good blocker.
that's a three-headed tight end monster right there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Just run it.
Yeah.
Run the damn ball. It would be great for Mendoza,
Hmm.
and then he'd have big targets to throw to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Play action with those three solid, easy
yeah.
passes.
Man, yeah, if they did that, Raiders would be easily one of by far the most entertaining teams in
Hmm.
the league instantly.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. We'll see.
Could happen.
Could
We'll
happen.
see.
We'll see. There's still a lot of time. There's a lot of things that could happen. But like I said, we're just throwing shit out here right now for you guys.
We're just throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what we'll say, this isn't rage bait. This is actually us thinking and coming up with legit logical ideas.
If we weren't on camera, this is exactly how we do it, John.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't change shit. Like
It
this
doesn't.
is how we go through things.
Uh,
In other news, because I just see these two logos right here at 10 and 12. Um, Not really anything relevant besides just NFL offseason. Do you see Joe Burrow with Jessica Alba at the poker table in Vegas?
no, I didn't see that. Hmm,
Yeah. I, I don't know.
could
I
be.
think she's married and I think he has a girlfriend. But I don't know, kind of interesting.
Eh,
He's rocking the long hair. He's certainly growing
eh,
it out a lot. If
eh.
anybody's paying attention to Joe Burrow's hair. Um, that's the news with the Bengals. Besides that, I think Jamar Chase has become quite the gaming streamer. I didn't know if he
Hmm.
did it much previous off seasons, but this is the most I've seen him do
Yeah.
it. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Really cool. I think the only thing with Bengals, Hendrickson, nowhere to be signed yet. Still
mm,
available. I think probably the biggest name still out there.
mhm.
Um, we'll see who gets him.
Niners,
Niners.
Raiders. At this point, Raiders might as well.
I think they still got the cap room for it.
Oh, they have so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
even after Linderbaum, that $81
Yeah.
million deal,
Yeah.
they got so much cap room. Um, and then this other team, 12 with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott breaking off the engagement at the engagement party. Don't know if you
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
Evidently, rumors are she didn't want to sign the prenup, and that's supposed. Wasn't at the party.
Uh,
A lot of people, casting some dark clouds over a joint bachelorette party, kind of frowned upon, I suppose. And then second thing was everybody was saying that this is Dak Prescott's best decision of his career.
yeah.
To,
I read somewhere that this was the closest he'll ever get to a ring.
oh, that's
And
good.
he fumbled it.
Oh, that is good.
I
And
don't
he
know.
fumbled it.
Kudos to whoever posted that I saw.
Oh
I'm not going to take
man,
credit for it. I saw it online, but yeah, that's what I read. His
that's brutal.
ex-fiance came out saying it wasn't to do anything with prenup, so who knows
Oh,
exactly what happened? Only they will know, and time will tell. But yeah, I saw that, and when I saw that comment, I just cracked up because I was like, "Oh man, you guys are killing him out there."
that's good. That was really good. Do you know when the breakup occurred? Like during the weekend? Was it like Friday or Saturday, or was this like at the end?
I don't know exactly when. I think all the news I saw was yesterday. So, and I think the
Oh,
wedding
yeah.
was supposed to be what, like April? I think beginning of April or something.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's right. Because another thing is like, you break up, how does that change the dynamic of your already planned bachelor party? You're single, like how does it change the dynamic? Or you're just like upset and just go home. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be it too. But anyways, biggest news I've seen, out of Dallas.
Uh,
I know they've been rumored with I think they really wanted Nakobe Dean didn't happen.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
That
We'll see.
I think they would have gotten Crosby if they would have given up that second first rounder, but they were too cheap. Jerry Jones, don't know
Okay.
why you don't do it, but
Yeah. I mean, now's his time.
yeah,
You know, he's not getting any younger. Like,
nope.
dude, just trade your picks. Don't think for the future, think for now.
Yeah, think for now and try to get a Super Bowl before it's your time. But other big names still available. Jawan Jennings.
Hmm. I
I
think we let
think
him
he might.
walk.
You think so? You don't think you resign him? If
Not at that price.
no, you think his price
I don't
tag's
think
just
so.
someone will pay it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's too high. I think it's too
Okay.
high. I would I low-key think he might go to the Titans.
Okay.
They need a wide receiver.
Hmm.
Obviously Salah being there, and I think he's from Tennessee. I don't
Okay.
obviously that might not make a big difference. But I could see that happening.
Yeah.
But I think he's not worth the price. He's very
Yeah.
good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think
Yeah.
we should pay him that much.
Yeah. There's Rashid Walker and Zion Johnson, both offensive linemen still out there. I think those are the biggest names that haven't signed.
Okay.
I think Zion Johnson, young guy, just a little bit of injury prone with the Chargers, but
Hmm.
I think has a lot of good promise if he could stay healthy with the right team.
Okay.
Um, Stephon Diggs getting, released. He's available. Who's gonna pay
Yeah.
that price tag? Because from the sounds of it, he has a lot of people he has to pay off. All
Dude,
the baby mamas.
it's been a rough month for that guy.
Yeah,
Cardi B, then right, he's going to court with the other baby mama,
yeah,
and then you get released.
yeah,
Tough. Digging himself a
yeah,
hole there.
yeah. Whoever picks him up, like, good luck. I think he's asking for quite a bit of money because he did do quite a bit for the Patriots, but when the time they needed him, he didn't show up in the Super Bowl.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing you can go off of is I think his catch rate was extremely high. I think it was something
Hmm.
like 75%. Um, but yeah, you're right. He didn't come up in the big moments. And then you got to take his history into account. You know,
Hmm.
the fallout with the Bills,
Hmm.
the Vikings, the Texans only lasted a year, and then that injury. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then the last one we sort of talked about it, Joey Bosa available.
Mhm.
Good pick. Finally have a set of brothers again on the same team.
Be fun. Vet minimum. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe a little bit above that. We thought about it last year.
yeah.
So, he's available again. He was, I think he had a really good, now, I don't know how far you take this. I think he had a really good was it PFP take or whatever that is, the Pro Football Focus, whatever it is,
Okay.
PFF ranking with him being on the field versus off. I think that he ranked really good. He
Hmm.
had a great year last year.
Yeah.
So that'd be a lot of fun. It'd be really cool. I did enjoy the interviews after the game, the post-game pressers with both the Bosas. Just the way they talk, they're just kind of a vibe, laid back, chill,
Yeah.
totally like just Florida beach people. Um, and then question, have you seen anything on Debo Samuel? Is he a free agent or is he back with the Commanders?
I've seen that he's still available. I don't think he's signed anywhere, so we'll see what he
Yeah,
does next. Re reunion, you think?
he's too fat.
Too fat?
Coming from a bit of a chubs guy myself. He got really porky. And then I know that with the Commanders, he showed moments. Commanders didn't really pay off the way he probably thought it
Hmm.
would. Um, I don't know. I don't really want him back. I
No.
just think he was kind of annoying towards the end. He was like a drama queen. We always heard him talking. Maybe he was a bad influence on Ayuk. Maybe that's why Ayuk is
Maybe.
kind of like just going off those vibes. Not a fan of it. Watch him just go to the Raiders. Raiders are getting
Uh,
everybody. Why not
yeah.
just go to the
They,
Raiders, become that combo
yeah.
versatile back?
Yeah. And they need a wide receiver, so it'd be a good pick for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him be second fiddle with Ashton Genty as well.
Yeah.
Give him some reps at running back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be good. I'm looking right here, just the latest, and it seems like last time ESPN updated 3 hours ago, Patriots reached deal with offensive line Vera Tucker, so that's a big move for them.
Yep.
Um, Buccaneers don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I
They're
don't know. I did see something. Maybe there's rumors that they might go after Anzalone. I don't know if that'll happen though. I feel like the Lions will just retain him,
yeah,
but would be a
yeah,
good ad. He's
hmm
a hell of a player.
yeah. Devin Lloyd, Jacksonville. That's a good move. Jacksonville continuing to get a little bit better.
Hmm.
Um, Looks like Kamara's going to get traded, possibly. So we'll see where.
Give you a bag of chips. We will give you the substation.
So,
Can we dig it up
imagine,
and send
imagine if
it?
you can. That'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow, send it
Yeah.
over on a few trucks.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's about it after everything else we've already talked about. So,
Is there any rumors on where Jake Moody is?
no. No. That'll be a last one. Uh
Oh man.
did he sign a
Canada.
1 year with
Ooh, Commanders, right?
or what wasn't it the Bears or
No, no, he
huh?
kicked for the Bears, and I think he went to the Commanders. Remember, he
Oh yeah.
kicked for the Bears against the Commanders, and I think he kicked for the Commanders against the Bears, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. It was something crazy like that. I think he was like one of the first kickers to do that.
Let's see.
Um,
Trying to read this article. It's all these freaking ads.
because Matt Gay
Uh,
was with the Commanders, so maybe Jake Moody gets signed with the Commanders.
Maybe.
The GM was part of the Niners to help draft him. Oh, you were worth the third round pick when I was there. Idiots. Um,
I read this article and it sort of when I read it really quickly, it said he found a home in San Francisco. I was like, wait, no.
oh, dude.
Really? No. Commanders. He's back in with the Commanders.
Ah, but he has a deal.
Yeah, 1 year deal.
So he's probably going to be their starter.
Hmm.
Whoa.
Best of luck.
Wow. Huh, Commanders fans, dude. If Ayuk goes there, dude, I'd be really pissed off. Like the Commanders fans are going to be real mad this year. Um,
To just
and then
look back at Tim's reaction, what was it, 2, 3 years ago? You'll sort of see how what
oh
your
yeah.
future is gonna look like.
Yeah, yeah. Just I'll put the clips on the story. Because yeah, no, it's not a good time. But looking back at it, knowing he's not with the Niners anymore,
Hmm.
it's a good time now.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Pinheiro was re-signed for 3 years, I believe.
Hmm.
Love that. Finally have a kicker who's been solid, consistent. Pinheiro's been phenomenal. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm really happy that we locked him in. Niners sign offensive tackle Vidarian Lowe, 2 year, $12 million max. And then did you see Jalen Phillips going to the Panthers?
Hmm.
4 years, 120. He's
Hey.
getting paid. Golly.
Yeah.
Eagles defense kind of taking a hit, right?
They're taking a hit. Rumor has it Jalen Carter's gonna go out, gonna get traded because I don't think they get paid because they paid Jordan Davis. Um,
Yeah.
I think somewhere I saw Carter to the 49ers.
I saw that too.
Possible
I
rumor.
saw rumors of that. Yeah, over the weekend I did see that.
Uh,
Now we're talking about it. I remember that. Wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind. I think this is actually something I talked with Chris and Evan about. Um, the spitting thing. I wouldn't mind if he did it
uh,
like just undercover for the Niners against somebody else. It would be okay.
yeah,
Just don't get thrown out for it. Actually, spitting, that's low. That's stupid.
yeah,
Sorry. No. Don't bring your spitting
yeah.
bullshit over here. But
Uh,
Jalen Carter, he's a great talent.
yeah. Anzalone, a Buccaneer.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Is that
two
for
years,
sure?
2 year.
Just now?
It's I think today earlier in the day. so I just
Oh,
missed that one.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So okay, so that's a good move for the Bucks.
yeah.
But wide receiver wise, isn't Godwin gone, or did they re-sign him as well?
I think he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man, they gotta give some other duo package there because
yeah,
Mayfield needs people to throw to because if not, he's not gonna do jack shit.
yeah. Egbuka, like I say, he disappeared once Godwin came back. I think
Yeah,
they used him poorly because his first few games he was unstoppable.
he
So we'll see
was.
what he does. He has, like I say, Ohio State product. You gotta always respect them and know that they could come out of nowhere and be a star.
Absolutely. No, I agree. That's another team that needs a tight end. Kate
Yeah,
Otten, I don't think is the guy.
no,
Um, yeah, Bucks.
yeah.
Do you think the Saints might be better than them this year?
Then the
I think the
Bucks.
Panthers are. I think the Panthers are better than the Bucks. I think
Oh
the
yeah,
Saints could be too.
depends on what they do. They've already done quite a bit, so
Hmm.
and the Lions also like they gave up David Montgomery, so they're going full Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
So it's a big one.
Do you th do I don't so personally, maybe this is just me, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for it, but in a way, I kind of feel like this hurts Jameer Gibbs because
I
I feel like he benefited from that second back.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the best for him. I think he's gonna get overused and it's just gonna hurt the entire team in the long run. I think
Yeah,
he benefited from that two-headed monster, just how a lot of these other teams are doing so well with two-star running backs. So, like I say, Algier went to where do you go? He left Atlanta, so we'll see um
I'm gonna effort on
what
that.
what they do. Um,
Cardinals
Cardinals.
with and then
So
I know James Conner re-signed with them too. So
yeah.
hmm,
Yeah.
Cardinals ain't gonna do shit. Sorry. I
Mm,
do think fantasy perspective, Tyler Algier is an interesting mid-round pick.
hmm.
Could get some use.
Yeah. Like I say, the Brock Purdy is my surprising QB, depending on what else they do. If they have to do one more thing at wide receiver for me to feel confident in taking Brock Purdy this draft. Um,
Hmm.
who else? Mike Evans. I don't know if he'll break 1,000. You know, he already lost the record this last year.
Hmm.
Um,
He could, if
yeah,
depending on how long Kittle takes to get back.
yeah,
Pearsall cannot stay healthy to save his life. That's why I'm
yeah.
saying I really like this Mike Evans addition
Hmm.
because Pearsall can't stay healthy. Kittle's going to take a bit to get back. Um, that's why I hope Kenyon Sadiq sticks around.
Yeah.
It's in my head, it's do or die for Kenyon Sadiq. It's not his fault. Um, if he ends up being a Chief, hate him. If he goes to the Ravens, I'm gonna be really salty. Well, I guess he can't now. What's your first round pick? Do you guys have one now?
Yeah,
Or
it's
it's just
14.
oh, you
So
guys
so
still
that
have 14.
no, no, no. Oh no, we don't have one. That's the Raiders pick now. So it's that's
Ah,
why I
see,
mentioned the Raiders taking them.
yeah,
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
a little less angry because a part of me does want to see some Raiders success. I
Yeah.
kind of do. Um, just so that we can see a little bit more of that Mark Davis
Yeah.
bowl cut. Big fan of
Yeah.
it. Don't ever change.
Yeah. No, like I say, we're pretty much out of the first round. I think we're just
Okay.
going into the next rounds. Like I say, I look at this draft board and like even to trade Lamar Jackson to get something back that isn't number one pick, nothing's worth it because there's no quarterbacks I feel solid with anywhere there. You
Yeah.
know.
How I so I do think the Ravens are going to go back to old with, Jesse Minter being, kind of a defensive minded head coach,
Hmm.
in go back to that dominant defensive run, especially with
Yeah.
the addition of Max Crosby. Do you feel like you guys will honestly be better with Jesse Minter than you were under Harbaugh? I feel like there's a lot of the talent is there. Like there's no
Mhm.
doubt the talent's there with the Ravens. But I feel like there's still so much unknown in a weird way.
Yeah, like I said, I see the promise. I see like we can be a lot better, but I just don't know what Jesse Minter brings. I think it's gonna be a bit of a change, and it could be the change we need just because we were so used to Harbaugh, you know,
Yeah.
so many years coaching us. It was always the same, and eventually it just you have to move on, you know. That's why, you know, Steelers are doing the same thing. It's just time to make a change, and you need that change of scheme. So Jesse Minter could be the answer. Defensively, he might focus on that and get back to that, you know, 2000s Ravens with Ed Reed, um, Ray Lewis players. And then our offense needs support. But if Lamar Jackson stays healthy, we could shore up that O line, Derrick Henry, and I think Keaton Mitchell, the way he ended the season, he's going to be a big factor this year. We just
Mhm.
get some wide receivers, maybe a tight end. We'll be solid. But there's a
Yeah,
lot that needs to happen.
for sure. Let the talent speak for itself on the
Hmm.
field and kind of carry Minter's way through it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. We'll
yeah.
see.
You just got to look out for Tubbs over there in Pittsburgh. Uh, that's McCarthy's coming to town.
Yep.
He's gonna come stomping.
Yeah.
Oh
Tough.
man, big time buffet guy.
Yeah. But no.
Did you see his suit in his press
Yeah.
conference? That thing was tight.
It was. It was. Uh,
Oh man, I think we talked about it when it first happened, but I just like
yeah.
bringing it up. Good
Yeah.
times.
But yeah,
A
that's
fun division.
NFL. That's NFL, man. We spent I don't even know how long on all these
It's
topics.
so easy. It's so easy.
And that
See
shows why
that
it's so dominant.
exactly. That the take comes to fruition. This is exactly it.
Mhm.
And I think that stands for 90% of America.
Yeah.